Alright YouTube, for this vlog I'll be doing something I haven't done in quite some time, a LEGO review. So these are current LEGO sets that exist, are bestsellers, or are coming soon. So this is kind of random, but I tried to make it sort of as broad and diverse as I could. So I'll start with the first LEGO set. And that is Nevermore Academy from the Addams Family, or Wednesday from Netflix. I'm not 100% sure which variation of Wednesday Addams this is based on, but I quite like it. I think it's a really cool set, and I like how the Wednesday Addams figure is like a classic Lego figure, like the standard, rather than the sort of like Lego Friends style figure. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think it's cool to see variations and something familiar but different with Lego. So I do remember watching the first season of Wednesday and being quite impressed. I haven't heard great things about the second season, but maybe I'll give it a watch at some point. Haven't seen the original Addams Family, but of course have seen memes and heard great things. So overall, I think this is a really cool set. Next up, we have a new LEGO minifigure series coming, the LEGO Shrek series, which I think is cool. Some of the figures I feel don't really translate well into LEGO minifigures, but I think they did the best they could. Like, I feel like Shrek's design could have been a little more creative, but it makes sense. And although the dragon is really cool, I feel like it just doesn't work in a LEGO figure series. But I get why they included her, seeing as she's such a big character in the Shrek series. But my personal favorite of these figures has to be the I don't know exactly his character's name. I was gonna call him the Executioner, but I feel like he's not really an executioner. He's just like the guy with the dark mask and the bright yellow eyes who punches the mirror. So yeah, I don't know. He looks really cool in this figure series. Overall, Puss in Boots is also a great addition, and so is Gingy. So no complaints from me. This next set is up my alley. It's the Koi Fish story in Japanese art, so this is a 10 out of 10 from Jones Beach. Personally, these sets aren't usually the sets I go for, because I admit I'm more of a sort of minifigure guy, but I definitely want to work on building my Legos more. So this set looks incredible. I really love how it comes out, and overall it's like, really creative, because I feel like we haven't really seen a Lego set like this in a while, but I could be wrong. And even if we have seen a set like this, it's still, a great addition. Next up, we have one of the coolest animals, or the cutest animals, best of both worlds, the red panda. So this set I think is a good bang for the buck, as it's $30, which, yeah, it's no secret Legos are incredibly expensive, but personally I think this is quite a cool set. And despite the somewhat high price, I feel like it sort of works for the set's favor, and overall it's a really cute animal, and I think it works well in the Lego set. So overall, no complaints from me, as none of these sets really do have complaints from me. Next up, we have one of the higher priced items on this list, but in my opinion, it's pretty good bang for the buck. It's the X-Files LEGO exclusive icon set, which I think is really cool. I haven't seen the X-Files, but I do, of course, know the, soundtrack, or at least the famously used clip it from the X-Files. And personally, I didn't even know anything what this series was about, so just eyeing it from the set, it does look really intriguing series. And I am under the impression, or at least from what I've heard, that there's another X-Files series coming out from the director of Sinners and Black Panther, Ryan Coogler. So I think that'll be a really cool addition, and a good reboot done well, even though honestly I haven't seen any of the X-Files, so I really can't give credible opinions. But the Lego set is really cool nonetheless. I love the Lego aliens as well as the suited characters in this, so overall Jones approves. Next up, the series I think is honestly overpriced, and like all Legos are obviously overpriced, but this one a little pushing it, because personally, or at least in my opinion, this set is kind of not the most innovative set for the high price. The figures are really cool, and I do like Star Trek, but personally I'm not enough of a Trekkie to really go out of my way to save up for this set. But no judgments. If you guys love Star Trek and want to save up the set, I think it's money well spent in terms of the figures. But I feel like the set overall is kind of just meh. But I don't know, maybe like I said, I'm not enough of a huge Star Trek fan to understand the reference as well, but not terrible set, but not my favorite. Now, you guys all know I'm a huge Pokemon fan and obviously a huge LEGO fan, so I can only imagine the joy I felt when I heard LEGO Pokemon was coming out. Now, when I first saw this set, I was honestly almost appalled. I mean, not quite appalled, but I was like, wow, because it had, the coolest minifigures and the coolest minifigure Pokemon, and it's a massive Pokeball, which had me, not very happy. But fortunately, I was able to go through the whole set, and, it's sort of the Trojan horse, quite literally, because it seems just like a giant Pokeball. Like, I'm all for those figures. Personally, I don't know, because I like Pokeballs, but when you open it up, it has a really cool outset. So it's like sort of just on the outside, but incredible on the inside. So overall, this is a prime example of why sometimes not to judge a book by its cover. And also love the other LEGO Pokemon sets coming out, such as the Rayquaza one, and some of the build little LEGO, I don't know exactly what they're called, but sort of like the almost LEGO equivalent of bobbleheads. Overall, I hope we get more LEGO Pokemon. I'm really glad we're getting a LEGO Pokemon trainer minifigure, because Red is one of the coolest characters of all time in my book. Last but not least, we have the Harry Potter Ministry of Magic set, which is a huge set, and personally I think is a 10 out of 10 set, because we've all seen, the Lego Harry Potter come and go, and we've seen a lot of, kind of standard things like well-known scenes or Hogwarts, but this I think is one we haven't really gotten, and I think it's incredible because it's so much unexplored lore. I imagine though in the Harry Potter reboot series on HBO, we're not going to see a version of the Ministry Magic for a while, seeing as this series starts from the start of the series, but personally I think it'll be really cool when it does come out. And even in the movies, it was really cool as well, so I think this is overall a brilliant set, and I love the layers of it and the detail. So overall, this has been my opinion and my review of new LEGO sets coming out, none of which I have yet, but also have a ton of LEGO figures and LEGO sets that I may want to show you guys in a vlog, so stay tuned for that soon. More vlog as well. Goodbye.